Hey, real estate investor friend. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we are going to be talking about all things construction. You have tuned into What the Flip Live. I'm Christine Hartsill. I'm the owner and principal designer at REI Design Solutions, and I'm the host here at What the Flip Live. And I'm excited to be coming to you today. Number one, I feel better. Last week was a total train wreck. I was out almost all week with the nasty crud, head cold, stuffy, chest congested, no bueno. But today I feel a lot better. This week has been going much, much better. I still feel a little lingering. So there's a part of me that's tempted to take a nap when I get done here, but I digress. So yes, today we're going to be talking all things construction. And I have mentioned on the What the Flip Live and on our REI Design Solutions business Facebook pages that we would be making a big announcement. And I'm going to get to that in a moment. But in the meantime, I don't have any freebies or special links or anything for you here today. Sorry, but we are going to be getting back on top of things next week with all kinds of tips and tricks for design and construction and everything else that pertains to your real estate investing business, the things that affect your business and how they affect them and how we can help you. We can come alongside you and give you tips and tricks for all of your DIY designs and construction, project management, and all of that, or we can come alongside you as a partner, as one of your team, and do a lot of those things for you, take a lot of that stuff off of your plate. So give us a call at REI Design Solutions. We're in the Houston area, but we also help real estate investors from all over the United States. So please feel free to reach out to us via instant message or give us a call, area code 713-984-8097, or you can email me. I'm at Christine@reidesignsolutions.com. That is our website, reidesignsolutions.com. Go ahead and check us out. And so with all that said, I want to talk to you a little bit about construction today. And I'm going to go ahead and just make our announcement now. You ready? Okay, so when I first started REI Design Solutions, we're going to take the long way and tell you a little story. I talk with real estate investors all the time, and I help real estate investors. And usually we are pulled in at the front end. Hopefully, if you're pulling us in at the back end on the retail side, then you're probably in trouble if you're getting in touch with us at that end of the project. So hopefully you're reaching out to us, you're having us go do a consultation, a project walkthrough at the very beginning when you get a property under contract. We come out, we walk the project with you. You tell us your ideas, we tell you our ideas. We figure out where we can save you money. We figure out where you're going to need to spend a little bit of money in order to really make that property shine above all the rest on the market so that it will sell fast. So we get asked a lot if we provide the construction, if we provide project management, or if we can come in and be the GC on the project, especially since we are so intimately involved in that project from the very beginning. We know it inside and out. We even draw up the scope of work for many of our clients. So we know this project inside and out. And we, I know that by time a client has walked through that portion of the project with us and we've provided all of these deliverables for them, these construction documents and these designs and the finish selections and the scope of work and all of that, I know that we have built up trust with our clients at that point. And knowing that I have a background in remodeling and construction, as I was a GC for several years before I met my husband and had my baby and did all that stuff. So people know that about me. And so they ask if I would be willing to do the project management. And so up until recently, I've just kind of, no, we don't, I don't do that. That was, that was another time in my life. And I just wasn't in a position where I was willing to take on construction projects myself. And I really wasn't interested in adding a project manager to my team, but we have evolved. And so the big announcement today is that we are now going to provide construction, project management, as small as just, project management, kind of coming alongside you and helping you manage the project, all the way to full on general contractor, where we bid the project out for you. We get all the subs out there. Everything goes through us, basically. So that is what we are going to be doing. And I'm really excited because we have actually hired a project manager so that I don't have to do that. Technically, he's partnering with us, teaming up with us and we'll introduce you to him within the next few weeks. He's actually out on site right now, but we'll introduce you to him. He and I will riff off of construction and design and all that in the upcoming weeks. But that is our big announcement. We now have a construction arm of REI Design Solutions, and we are aptly calling it REI Renovations Solutions. So do give us a call if you have a project that you have under contract and you just need a trustworthy contractor who will get in there, get the job done, get it done right, and get it done well so that it will show up on the market as being the best house on the block. And of course, we are investor friendly and price conscious. So we'll work with you on budget and that sort of thing. So what I wanted to talk to you about today kind of stems from us developing this new arm of our business over the course of the last couple weeks, the last few weeks, actually, as we have decided to take on this undertaking. And when we had to ask ourselves a lot of questions to know, number one, who it is that we best serve, and what their pain points are, what your pain points are. If you are basically what we refer to as our ideal client, and just some of the things that you are faced with on a day-to-day basis. We are a B2B business. For the most part, we do still help homeowners. And in fact, we have one project right now that we're working on with a homeowner and another one we're getting ready to start. And we will definitely be taking on more homeowner projects and marketing more to homeowners. But today I'm talking to my B2B, business to business. We are a business. We cater to businesses, and our ideal client is real estate investors who are growing their real estate, buy, fix, and flip real estate business. And those of you who've been in real estate long enough know that being an investor with regards to real estate really means by taking a property and taking something of value and making it even more valuable. And so there's a lot of ways to do that. And of course, those who we best work with are those who are kind of doing the short-term game, getting a property under contract, getting it rehabbed, getting it back on the market and selling it and moving on. Buy, fix, and hold real estate investors are probably not going to be our target market just because you're dealing with a certain ARV. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to go over with you, and for those of you who are tuning in, please feel free to chime in and let me know if I'm missing something or if you can add to the conversation. We would love to hear from you. So please comment on whichever one of the pages that we've posted this video to, whether it's my personal page, REI Design Solutions, or we have an REI Renovation Solutions Facebook page now. We're live streaming to it as well as What the Flip Live. So if you're here, you've joined us, you're viewing this, please give us a thumbs up, a smiley face, whatever, ha ha ha. and let us know that you're here. And like I said, by all means, do, sorry, I'm shaking, I'm rattling my desk. I gotta adjust here. Do feel free to chime in and kind of let us know what your thoughts are on this. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to quickly go over with you basically the how we have defined who our target market is and who we best will work with in terms of helping you get your rehabs done and back on the market. And so one of the things I wanted to talk with you is what are some of the problems? What are some of the things as real estate investors, whether you're a new home builder or whether you're just a buy, fix and flip, I should say whether you're a buy, fix and flip investor who's taking a property that is existing and you're just coming in and gutting it and redoing it, making it beautiful again. What are some of the biggest struggles, your pain points, the things that you encounter, especially when it comes to construction, contractors, project management, and that sort of thing? So I'll just bring up a few of the things that I know for a fact that you guys encounter on a day-to-day basis. And then we'll talk about how REI Renovation Solutions will what we will do to circumvent that, to help alleviate that pain point. And so one of the things that I know comes up a lot in real estate investing circles, I know not just in the Houston area, but all over the country. And that is, how do you find reliable contractors? And so one of the things that I would say that you guys encounter on a regular basis is contractors who are not very good business people. And so you do run into, I have a client right now who her and her husband lost $16,000 to a contractor because he basically took their money and ran. And it's funny because, as a bystander, somebody that's never happened to before, I just think, really, does that really happen? So those of you who are out there, who are listening, who are tuning into the replay, that may have happened to you. And so obviously you need to be working with people who you can rely on, that you can that are trusted in the community as reliable general contractors who aren't going to take your money and run. And so that I know, and also not only that, but who are going to run your project in such a way that it's not sitting there for days and days and days without any work being done, thereby holding up your listing day. Reliable in the fact that they are paying all their subcontractors so that you're not getting subcontractor liens against your house because the contractor didn't pay. Reliable in that they have systems and processes in place and they run your job like they run, like any business ought to be run, because each one of those projects is a small business in and of itself. And so that general contractor needs to understand how to run a small business. One of the things that one of the practices that I did when I was a general contractor, and what we still do to this day, is that I come up with a very detailed scope of work. And I insist that everybody is on the same page with regards to that scope of work. So not only me and my team and my subcontractors, but also my clients. So we sit down. So one of the steps in our process is we sit down and we go through the scope of work and we discuss every aspect of it. And if there's something missing, then we get it in there. We get it in writing, and so that and we get it and we price it in there too, so that that when all is said and done, we've gone through the scope of work and everything within that scope of work that we've discussed through the project walkthroughs, and now sitting down with the scope of work, that we know everything is covered in there cost-wise as well, and you as well, because the last thing you need is, number one, inevitably, I would say probably 90% of the time, and you can attest to this as well, if you haven't quite nailed down your repair costs when you were doing the initial walkthrough, and you're seeing that there's a lot more under the hood than what you initially thought. So now you're already dealing with being over budget from your standpoint. And so the last thing you need is for a contractor to come in there and they be over budget. And so then you realize, well, we're over budget because, I forgot this or I missed this in my initial walkthrough. So now you're already over budget on the final contract price, which inevitably happens. But the last thing you need is for that contractor to come back to you after the fact, after you've already started construction, and say, oh, well, we forgot this, or we missed this, or we didn't do this. Now, that does happen for things that are sight unseen, and nobody can account for those in their estimating, not you, not the general contractor. But for things that should have been remembered, like tile, if the tile floor in the laundry room was missed in that general contractor's original quote, that's on them. So we take responsibility for things that we missed, that we told you we would provide, but yet we forgot to put it in our initial estimate. No, we eat that. So that's another reason why it's really important to be working with a contractor who's trustworthy, who understands integrity and keeps their word, and who also understands how to estimate a job. Because the last thing you need is for them to keep coming back to you time after time. Oh, we need more money. We need more money. So those are the things that we try and be very clear about at the front end of the project, so that you know exactly what to expect. You know what you're getting for what you pay for, and no less and no more. And then if we do encounter sight unseen type of issues, then we put our heads together, we problem solve, we figure out, the most reasonable way of addressing that issue for everybody involved. So that's the other thing that those are some of the problems that you run into with regards to hiring a general contractor, finding a general contractor for that matter. Let's see, what else? So some of the things that as real estate investors, buy, fix, and flip real estate investors, that some of the limiting beliefs that you have are that you can't afford to outsource project managers or real estate investors. Or contractors. As real estate investors, you run the numbers in your head. You constantly sharpening your pencil and figuring out, how can we do this? How can we get this deal done? How can we so you're trying to figure out where you're going to save, because inevitably, again, kind of going back to my point before, you run into a situation where you have underestimated the repair costs. And now you're starting to get numbers from subcontractors or from contractors, and the numbers aren't meshing up with where you need to be. And so now you decide, okay, well, I'll just manage it myself so that I can get it done for the price I need it done. But here's the problem with that. So let's just play with some numbers here. Let's just say that the overall contract price that you were getting back consistently from, maybe you had 2 or 3 general contractors price it out, and that price is between $7,000 and $5,000 over and above what you had in there for repair costs. Well, now you're looking at it saying, oh crap, I'm going to lose $7,000, or let's just say 5, just to keep it round. I'm going to lose $5,000 on the profit. And so I'm just going to manage this project myself and save $5,000. But here's the problem with that. That $5,000 that you saved on that one project, how many $5,000 did you lose because you were so embedded in that project? Because trust me, if you haven't done it before, if you're just getting into real estate investing for the first time, you haven't managed a project before, or you have, and you still kind of like keep wanting to torture yourself by managing your own projects because you're trying to save money, how many more projects did you lose out on because you were so embedded in that project, in the project management, the day-to-day decision-making, and overseeing subs and ordering product and getting it out to the job site and all the things that are involved on a day-to-day basis? You've got to look at what your time is worth in your real estate investing business. And if it's worth you managing the projects, then you need to hire somebody else to at least go out and do acquisitions and buy deals and that sort of thing. But at some point, you're going to have to hire all that stuff out, because the whole goal for any business owner really is to be working on the business and not in it, and not to be so entrenched in the day-to-day operations of your business that you're losing profits actually, because you are allowing yourself to be so immersed in all of those day-to-day decisions and running around and chasing down materials and so on and so forth. So that's one of the limiting beliefs that I believe that we are going to be discussing a lot more as time goes on, and as we pursue our real estate investor clients with the construction arm of our business with REI Renovation Solutions. So that's something to consider. And so what are some of the other limiting beliefs? Okay, so here's one that we just, so I know a lot of real estate investors that just automatically assume that all contractors are untrustworthy. And so they may have had a couple of run-ins with contractors, or they may have had a couple of situations that were less than ideal. And so they just throw up their hands and say, you know what, we're over contractors. This will never work. And we don't want to pay them their markup anyway. So that's coming from a scarcity mindset. Whenever you don't want to pay a vital team member, whether it's somebody in your own organization as an employee or a 1099, or somebody outside of your organization, you have to look at them as a team member. They are helping you grow your business and grow your profits, and you in turn are helping them do the same. And we have to come to the table with that mindset, or we're going to lose in the final analysis. We're all in this business for the same reasons, and that is for financial freedom and to give our families a better future, and to hopefully serve the community with the products and the services that we bring to the marketplace. So we've got to be able to share in those profits with one another. And I am a service provider, and it is discouraging sometimes when my contractors, who I have helped make them a lot of money, not my contractors, I'm sorry, my clients. I've helped them make a ton of money with what I provide them. The services that I provide increase your profits, you guys. As an interior designer, we help you increase your profits, not only by helping that property look better, but also helping it sell faster. And so when I get clients come to me and say, well, can't you just do this? Or can't you, reduce your prices a little bit? Why? Why should I, when I'm helping you make buku bucks on your projects? So those are kind of the things that you need to consider. And I'm also somebody who has services provided for me. And yes, you know what? The temptation is often there to negotiate on price. And there are times when I do, because we all have a perceived value that we put on things, whether it's services or products. So there is that, but if you're trying to constantly renegotiate because you got yourself in a pickle and you didn't do your budgeting correctly, then that's not right, to have that attitude with your suppliers. Because remember, they have families too, and they have the same goals as you. So that's just something to think about. So that is one of the limiting beliefs, I think, is that, I can't afford outsourcing, or I don't want to share my profits with the contractors and that sort of thing. So, I mean, that's just going to keep you in that daily grind, and it's just going to keep you entrenched in your projects. So beware of that. Okay, so what else do we have? Okay, so some of the problems that we help you guys solve as contractors / designers, because obviously we're going to be a design build firm. So that is really kind of what we bring to the marketplace, is we are going not only can provide you with the construction, But we also bring to the table the design, which will be included in all of our estimates for the construction. So the design work is going to be really the most important piece, because if we can get it done, a quality rehab done on time, that is ideal. But how about a quality rehab with amazing design that is really going to help your house sell? That's really, that's just the perfect storm of services that we can bring to the table. And so some of the problems that we help you solve. So we talked about the problems that you have are, finding reliable contractors, finding somebody that understands how to, the goals and the goals and the ultimate, it's the word I'm trying to think of, the ultimate end game for real estate investors. So somebody who knows how to run a business, a contractor who knows how to run a business, contractor who can get things done when they say they're going to get them done and for the price that they say they're going to get it done. So those are all the problems that you have. And so we do come in and we solve those problems because we have integrity. When we sit down with you and go over that final scope of work with the price attached to it, that's what you're going to pay. And we don't keep coming back to you for more money here, more money there, of course, unless it's sight unseen. Of course, that's in the contract. We go over that. We make sure everything's really clear. We're very transparent. But we also are going to be consistent. Every time we're going to get the job done, we're going to get it done to your specifications. And we're going to get it done in a quality because if a buyer comes and looks and they see nice design and everything, but they see really shoddy craftsmanship, that's going to turn them off. And that's going to cause them to offer a lower price than they may have if everything was done pristine, done well, done on time. So we're going to bring the design, as I mentioned before, which is going to be very vital to your fix and flip business, especially if you're in the ARV 300 and on up. And so that's another thing too. So we know that as real estate investors, and we're on all the wholesale lists, and so we see what people are posting in the Facebook groups, and it's really hard to come by 70% deals these days. And the area, the ARV that you're going to best find those better deals that have more meat on the bone is when you start getting over 300,000, because those ones under 200,000 are really being, they're being swarmed. And a lot of those are a lot of them are being sold as rentals too. So they can get more, the wholesalers can get paid more on them and so on and so forth. So you're going to want to be in that 300,000 ARV on up, because there is definitely less competition in there. Now, obviously, you want to keep your eyes on the market, see what's going on there. But honestly, for the most part, a lot of these properties are still selling. They're still selling quickly. You have to know your days on market and that sort of thing. But again, that is really where design is going to come in. And it's going to be really important. So I don't want to spend too much more time on here today going over beating these things, up. But I definitely wanted to come in and talk to you about that, our big announcement that we have started our construction arm, REI Renovation Solutions, that we can help you with all of your projects, and especially in the 300 ARV on up, and that we can't wait to get started on your project. So give us a call today, 713-984-8097. Let us know how we can help you. We'd be happy to come out and give you an estimate. And then once we get an agreement put together, we can get started on the design work and get you off and running and get that property rehabbed and back on the market so you can make some money. So anyway, with that, I say to your success. Have a great day.